Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for July 24th through the 30th, 2017. So let's just take a moment and take a deep breath. And as you take a deep breath, just allow your mind to focus purely on the love and the well being that is flowing within your heart space. And make this the perfect moment to just feel the love, feel the alignment and the peace and the prosperity that is available to you infinitely and within your soul. And allow this time for you just to connect also with the divine guidance of your angels, God, the Holy Spirit, and just to be present and one with the universe. And so, as we just take this moment to kind of see what's going on now within this week and tune into the energy of this week for the 23rd, for the July 24th through the 30th. And one of the things that they're showing me right now is my symbol for being critical or self-critical when they show me teeth. And so they want you to get in the sense that some of you are sort of overanalyzing or picking apart the guidance that you're receiving. They're also saying that you're doing this with love as well, whether it's romantic or an offer of friendship or just some gift of gratitude or appreciation that may be offered towards you. You're maybe suspicious, maybe not be the right word, but that maybe you're having trouble trying to figure out if this is if it's really coming from a place of love, or if your own actions are coming from a place of love. And the thing about this is that you have to be very much aware of your connection, you know, that connection that you feel, if you feel very drawn towards something or someone for some reason. We all know it, that connection when you feel like all of a sudden that between you and another person, or you and something that you've has become a goal for you or passion, you feel this strong magnetic pull. You feel this resonance with it, and they're writing out the word happy. You just feel happy. And there, sometimes we may question being happy, because maybe you're waiting for the other shoe to drop or something like this. But when you're happy, don't question being happy. When you're questioning that, you're looking back at something. They're writing out the word back. It's like you're looking back at something. And where you really need to be is you need to allow that happiness. You need to use that happiness, express it, and be receptive of this happiness. And pay attention to the ways that you're inspired or motivated when you are feeling happy. So when you feel connections of love in whatever form it's coming to you, don't they want you to know, they're writing this out, that you are safe. Okay, so this may be a message, writing out the word safe, to someone who has met someone and they feel this connection, and you may be like, they're writing out SOS. It's almost like you're really in a panic about this. You're worried that, are you stable? Are you making the right decision? Is this going to be the one? And that you don't really need to know right now. But what they can say to you is that this is a safe bet, meaning that this is a safe, this relationship, this connection has, and let's not talk about the relationship, because right now what you have is the connection. This connection has all of the that has all of it. They're right now happy. It has all of the aspects that you're looking for. That you that and it's almost like there's like to say there's a this is a healthy connection is the best way to say it. It's a healthy connection, which means that it can grow. So it's almost like if you were pregnant or something and you're wondering, is the baby healthy? You go do an ultrasound just to check to make sure there are no defects or that the baby's going to be healthy. And you can't tell how the baby's going to grow or what his personality is going to be like, those sort of things. But in this sense, but in that moment, for that particular example, you can tell, at least know that the baby's healthy. So in the same way, what they're trying to tell you is that the connection, although it's new and it hasn't developed into anything, but what they want you to know that whatever it can develop into, and they're writing a strong yes for this, it will be healthy. And they're writing out the word trust. So they want you to trust, and I believe they're really trying to say is that you can trust this. So, you can trust this and trust in this. Um, there is a strong alignment here. So it's up to you what you do with this now, because you have a healthy connection, and it's through your choices that you foster that and cultivate that healthy connection, not between the two of you. And this is interesting with a little twist. They wrote the word self. That you, in order to keep the connection healthy, you have to keep fostering the healthy connection within yourself. And how do you do that? You don't work at trying to be something for that person. You don't try to be, what you try to do is try to be yourself. You try to honor your feelings. Okay? Trust yourself too. To know that when you need to know something, that you will be guided to know that something. So don't worry about something going wrong. Don't worry about you doing something wrong. Follow your heart. Honor your feelings. You may have heard me say that you can't love yourself, meaning you can't hug yourself. You can't, correct what you already are. You are love. So you don't have to go put the pieces back together. What you have to do is that you have to allow the pieces, the beautiful pieces of you, to unfold, to kind of blossom into your life. That's what you have to do. And the only way to do that is to not try to block them, to not try to manipulate this beautiful expression of yourself, but to honor it, to respect it, to let it be out there, and to follow what you're feeling, to do what's right for you. You're not doing it for the other person or the situation. You're doing it for you. And they wrote up the word pause as I was speaking. So it's sometimes that some of you put yourselves out there and then you want to put things on pause. It's like you're trying to manage everything. You stepped out of the alignment or the flow of being you, honoring you, and then you start to notice or look critically at the way things are going, and you want to control it. You want to control the details, and so you want to pause and you want to self-correct. Well, you can't do that. The only thing you can do is self-correct when you are being critical. To just stop doing that and to not try to manage your feelings. You can't stuff them, you can't pause them. You can't you can't reorganize them. You can't do any of that. That's not honoring your feelings. So let yourself be, and let yourself be, and be happy with yourself, and then attract the love, attract the experiences of love and abundance from just being who you are, instead of trying to do it the other way around, if you will. Now they were showing me sort of a standing megaphone, and I felt like, um, like I felt like it was something public, or films is really, um, like making films. And maybe the idea is that they don't want you to feel like you're living your life, like you're making up your life sort of in a way like it's fantasy, like they want you to be yourself. There's a cross between this megaphone and it being sort of like a film projector, but this film projector is a megaphone, meaning speaking your truth. So they want you, instead of trying to project an image, they just want you to increase your inner voice. Project your inner voice. Don't project what you want people to see about you, but learn to project your inner voice from your heart. Be out there with who you really are, who you really are. And that means that you have to listen to how you feel inside, and to foster your own sense of happiness. And you can't mess this up if you really think about it, because when you're not happy, it means that somehow you're out of alignment. Either how you're looking at the situation, or how you're trying to manage the situation from within. If you're trying to manipulate in any way, you're not going to be happy. If you're trying to make yourself be something or do something that doesn't fulfill you, you're not going to be happy. So your only role here really has always been is to make yourself happy. To not make yourself happy, but to allow yourself to be happy, because you will find those connections with people or things or situations. That always will show up for you. That will always register loud and clear, even when you are trying to deny it most of the time. But it will register to you. You will feel it, and we all know what that feels like. We've had it many times. And once you feel that connection, your job is not to question it, as if to say, do I deserve this? Or why is this happening to me now? Or this can't possibly be, I can't believe this. Even sometimes we say, when we're happy, we go, oh my God, the first thing we say, I just can't believe it. And that is, in the moment, we don't get what we're saying because we haven't let it get to us yet, but it will lead to that undoing, that when you start to, find that little string that's sort of loose from the thread, and then you pull it, and you start pulling it more, and more string comes apart, and the seams and everything just begins to unravel. So don't do that. Don't pull at the seams. Clip that off, and instead of pulling at it, meaning clip off that whole idea of being annoyed, or not trusting, when you feel a connection, a strong connection, for whatever reason. Instead, why not pursue and see what happens, see what unfolds? Pursue it. Yeah, you're walking blind. You don't know what's happening. But you can't know everything that's happening. You can't control everything that's going to happen. But what you need to remember is that if you feel that connection and it feels healthy to you, that's probably why it feels so good to you when you, and why it resonates with you. Know that it's healthy, and then the only thing that you need to do from here on out is to foster that health within yourself by being healthy. Focus on being healthy, meaning being happy. Okay? So another thing is think about the gifts of our soul: peace, love, joy, prosperity, success, and on and on and on. And at certain situations, you want to make those one of those your goal. So, for instance, in some situations, it may not be so much to feel happy as it is to feel at peace. And so, if certain actions that you do don't give you peace and it's caused chaos, then what they want you to do is to stop and then look for how to feel at peace. Make the decision that makes you feel at peace with yourself, not at peace with everyone else. You're not seeking peaceful validation from outside of yourself. You're seeking that peaceful validation from within. Or if it's in another situation, circumstance, it could be joy that you need, that you may be sacrificing. Look and see each moment when there's sort of things are chaotic or you're not feeling good about how things are going. Look at what you need. Look at which spiritual value you are sacrificing, and then make that spiritual value your goal in the moment, which will help to walk you towards your soul's alignment again, and take that path of least resistance. So, there could be a really difficult situation, and it's causing all sorts of contention, and so you need to look for peace, and you need to realize that in that moment, I'm sacrificing this. I'm sacrificing it. For whatever's going on around me, I'm sacrificing this. And so you're going to take that path of least resistance. And it's going to be difficult because you may love to fix everything around you and make it all better, but at the sacrifice of your own peace. And so you're going to have to tough love here in that instance and really be selfish and do what gives you that peace. Follow the inspired guidance that leads you towards your own peace. Because until you are in alignment with yourself, the right, not the word, you don't have the advantage ever. You always have the advantage because your soul is full of advantages. You just have to remember not to sacrifice it for the outer experience, and trust in the advantages within that will create harmony where it's needed. And they're right, not the word completion, help bring things to completion. And accomplishment is what they're writing as well. Okay? So let's take a look and see what the messages are for this week. And let's start with the Archangel Oracle card. And it says, all is well. Okay, this is the Archangel Jeremiel. So again, this is giving you that firm confirmation that everything that you're doing right now is good, and that you're on that right path. And they just keep writing out the word happy. They want you to let your guidance be your own sense of fulfillment. If you're happy, then let that be good enough for you for right now, and to keep nurturing that. Don't look for something else. So if all that you're getting right now is this happy feeling, that's what you're picking up on, versus looking for something. Talked about that last time. So don't go looking for something, because that's not divine guidance. If you're walking around looking for something to go wrong, you're not following your heart. But if you're picking up happiness and it's strong, it's a strong connection for you, then you just have to go with that for right now. Okay? They wrote out the word payment. And so they want you to know that a situation or payment that you're trying to, if there's something financial that you're trying to work out, okay, then in this case, this is a message to you that all is well, that everything is going to work out. So don't worry about, things. They wrote out the word environment. So you know, I don't get quite what they mean by this, but maybe there's something that you're working on or something going on in your environment. It could be something with the environment. Working, if you working as you if you're an environmentalist, it could be about this as well. But it feels like that things going on in your environment, um, that things are going to resolve well. All is well. Okay, so if you're worried about something in your environment, let's say in your home or your personal relationships or your job, okay, all is well. Is what they're saying. Okay, the card says that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to. With hidden blessings, you will soon understand. Okay, so for right now, you need to be sort of appreciative of and satisfied with how things are unfolding. It may not look like it's going where you need it to go, but it's happening as it's supposed to. So this means that there are going to be some things that are going to work itself out, and you really need to sort of trust and keep your hands sort of out of it, the mix, and allow those things to work itself out. You will be prompted. You'll know because you'll feel a connection, a strong connection, when it's your time to sort of insert your brand of love within the situation to help bring that resolution. You will be able to participate. They're not telling you to stand there and do nothing, but they want you to pay attention to how things are happening and what's happening around you in your environment, and when to take your part in helping to bring peace to the situation or to help um, it resolve. So this is about not jumping in because you can, but jumping in because you're guided to. And it's a big difference because we can do a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do, even if it's the best of intentions. The right time for something is what your heart inspires you when you feel that connection. If we could really operate from those connections more, we would find that it feels like we are just divinely timed, it's like divine order. And you'll get a real sense of what that means. Because when we do things without those connections, it stresses us and it feels like everything is off. And then it feels like you're working really hard, really, really hard, and your energy feels drained, and you feel extremely stressed, and you can't trust yourself. You start, blaming yourself. You start to feel all kinds of feelings, regret or guilt or shame because you didn't act um, with the guidance. There was no connection there for you to act. And when that connection's there, it's almost like it's the divine creating a bridge of support, of love, like a bridge of energy, and it has everything in it that you need. It's like going on a camping trip and having all of the tools and um, resources that you need to manage, and that connection that and within that bridge is this powerful energy. And when you step across, step through, what happens is that you start to see very powerful things unfold, and things right in the encyclopedia. I don't know why, but also I guess it's a knowledge that you bring, and also that you learn. You pick up on the valuable lessons, the gifts, and the opportunities that are there, that have been prepared for you. When you follow that connection, then it's that the Psalm 23, thou prepares a table before you, see, in the presence of those that trouble you. So even though it looks like there's trouble ahead, And in the ego mind, there's always trouble everywhere. But God prepares a table, and the bridge. When you wait for those bridges, those connections, that feeling of resonance with something, something that magnetic pull, then the table. That's where the tables are prepared for you. Now, God is everywhere. He's omnipresent, and He's always prepared everywhere. But the ones that are in alignment, you recognize those tables. You see the feast, and you're happy to enjoy, to take part, and you get where we're going with this. But when there's no connection, you walk into the situation as if blind, meaning spiritually blind. You don't see the table; it's right there, but you can't see it. And so, wait, don't do things just because you can. You see what I mean? But because you're inspired. All right, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. Let's just put this here. All right, and so we have the Chariot card. Now, the Chariot card coming up at the beginning of the week indicates movement, and they were writing to me significant changes in this week. So another week of, really significant, powerful changes occurring for you. So this also means that you have to. This is going to be a week for you to really be focused. You know, there things can go in a couple of directions. These two dragonflies. Usually, there's two horses. Now we all know that a team of horses is always sort of very they're because of the reins, they don't usually split off in different directions, and so it's that kind of there's an alignment here, and so they work together, and you get more momentum. So in this week, it's very important because there's a lot of the sense of the Chariot, that there's a lot of momentum, a lot of focused energy, a lot of I don't want to say structured, right? But it is you're coming with a team, and so you need to work with the divine team. So it also would indicate a week of co-creating your reality. You're working with the universal team in this week to sort of move an idea forward. Now, I'm seeing the word patron. So there may be someone who you may find to act as a patron for you, and it could be financial. I'm getting a feeling that it could be someone who may provide other resources of support. So I'm just getting a feeling like that this word has a little bit of more variety in terms of how we may want to look at this. So just be aware of a patron, some form of support that will, so that you feel like you feel like you're being supported, that you feel like you have somebody on your side, somebody's on your team, and you don't feel as alone, and you feel like you're getting help to increase your momentum. So somehow in this week, especially the beginning of the week, and these cards play out through the week, but somehow you get something joins forces with you in some way, shape, or form, and is giving you that increases your momentum. So you should see an increase of progress maybe in this week, and it could be spiritual, but I think it's going to also be in a physical form. They're writing out the word investment, so this would be a great opportunity to make some investments, because they're going to increase because of this card's energy, the momentum, joining something. So if you're this is a good time to invest in something, like where you may be sort of the patron in this sense, but there's gonna be some gains from this for you. All right. So, um, why are they writing the word garage? Okay. So you park cars in garages. Not sure what this means, but it could be that you're something to do with a car. I'm not quite sure, so I'm going to leave that for right now. But if you were thinking about getting another car, or if there's some kind of or expansion that you want to do, this may be a good opportunity for that. So, again, whatever it is that for you that you're thinking about doing, notice the support that comes in this week, and and notice the connections you feel with these different types of support. That's most important. Notice the connections, and take action with those connections. That's your sign. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week, and let's see what we have. Okay, Two of Spring. And this card, um, you know, indicates some kind of partnership. Um, it could be a career partnership. Here we have these two. The card says a bright future manifested through hard work and creativity, partnering with others who share your dreams. Great progress being made. So there is that you are, something that you found. The traditional card, you see this man standing and he's holding the globe in his hand, and the idea is that you see that he's taking a different look at the world, and he's seeing an opportunity, um, and he's seeing the relationship between himself and the change that he can effect upon the world. And I can see also where this idea of partnership comes, because that's a partnership between himself and the world, like a contract between himself and whatever that changes he wants to effect on the world, as well as where you can see how some cards where they show two people joining together, coming together in something. So this is a really important time right now for you to take those advances, to begin to affect some of the changes that you've been thinking about. So I'm seeing the word Capricorn, and I'm not really an astrologist, but gives me a sense of some business adventure, where you are really, or you have this idea, a career idea that you want to pursue. And so this would be the right time to begin to pursue those career opportunities that you've been planning, or that have come to you, that have been inspired to you, because this is a suit of wands, spring. So something is blossoming for you, and in your heart, and now you find that you feel a sense of peace. You feel an energy that's kind of supporting you, and you kind of feel like there's opportunities there. So don't start talking yourself out of this. Go for it. All right? All right, let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. All right, the Emperor. And when I saw this card, the thought that came to my mind was, we think of the emperor in the modern world as someone, a leader, and with this card here, possibly some kind of, in terms of being owning your own business, or you know taking a role in a job of leadership, or something like this. So the card says, use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. So this may be in this week where, and they kept writing out the word for, in my visions as well. So this may be a week where you start to really make stronger plans, or that your plans progress to a new stage, where you're getting more confirmations of your plans, that you're starting to get a lot more organized. As you're more focused and you're finding the right um, relationships or partnerships, or you're starting to get a sense of what you really want to do, or you're finding that connection with what you want to do, then you begin to be able to make better plans. You begin to, be able to lay down better foundations for yourself. So the sense of in this week that you know, you're laying down better plans. They keep writing the word congratulations. So I feel like you're gonna get a lot accomplished in this week, and that you're gonna feel a lot better about yourself. That they're writing the word expressing. That um, you'll express yourself. You'll be able to articulate your ideas, your plans more clearly, and not only verbally, but you'll start to articulate them through your I want to say through your hands, but it's that idea of that physicalness, so that you start to start building making your plans more concrete. Is the sense I'm getting, and that they're saying they wrote fresh team, like as if there's going to be a fresh team of support. That you may even feel refreshed um, and start thinking differently. Maybe you know you're more organized. You're seeing the structure. You're seeing the format, or you have a format that you're working with. So this kind of thing kind of happens for you by the end of the week. All right, let's take a look at the card for that I pulled from the bottom of the deck already. And this card, and I just saw the word as I was pulling this card, pay. Okay, so this is the Four of Autumn, Four of Pentacles, and this card is usually about managing resources wisely. It says achieve, manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. But they wrote out the word pay. Okay, and so this is about paying something off. Okay, and it feels like it's really important for you to pay this off, because it'll sort of be like something off your shoulders, and it's going to free you up to to sort of move on and start working on other things. And it seems like until you pay this or make some payment towards whatever this is, it's just going to be this thing that's hanging over your head, and you're wanting to hold on to the money for some reason. It could be about the investment that they were talking about. That this is a good time to make this investment, but you are afraid of not having security for the future. And then this kind of reminds me of one of the things they were talking about in the card readings on that Facebook page, and about always trying to prepare for the future. And when you're preparing for the future, you create deficits in the present. And this is the time to pay for something, to invest in the present right now, because it will help pay off for you better in the future. When your mind is free, when something's taken care of. And I know we want to have things, future taken care of, but not at the sacrifice ever of your happiness in the present. Okay? So it's not worth holding on to something to make sure you're happy in the future that it doesn't exist yet. It's just not even real yet. So they keep writing out the word pay. Invest or pay off something now, or invest in, if it's like taking a class, or if it's buying a new home, whatever it is, invest for the happiness in your happiness now, because you're living here now. Okay? And I don't know why they were just showing me two cups. And it reminds me of the Two of Cups. And so this tells me has something to do with a relationship. And maybe this isn't about money, but this is about you not thinking that, here you met someone, or you've been in a relationship for a while, and you know you're making other things your priority instead of relationship. You need to invest in that relationship now, because that relationship is healthy, and and you're happy despite the other things that you're worried about. And if you don't invest in that relationship now, and you keep holding off, and then it's not there, you're not going to be as fulfilled in your future. Okay? And they're also right now that this has something to do with something professionally as well. So if there's a professional partnership that you should, be engaging or contracting with, you should do that now. Don't keep waiting till later, until you have more money, or till and they right now changes. It has to do, like, you're waiting for some changes to happen. You're waiting for something to get better before you make this step to engage in this professional contract with someone. And that would be what that one of the things about the two of spring. And this needs to happen now, not later. Just letting you know. Okay? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and we send you lots of prayers for many angels to be with you, and for your steady progress in this week. And they want you to remember to pay attention to your heart. Pay attention to those connections. That's what's real. And those connections are real because they bring your real dreams and wishes. Okay? So thank you for joining us here on Facebook, on YouTube, and for joining us on the Facebook page for the Daily Card Messages. If you haven't done so, you can go to the description links and below. You can follow us on Twitter for the YouTube videos and Facebook, and you can there's a link for the Facebook page, Daily Card Messages. If you're looking for an angel reading, you can go to my website, theangelschool.com. You can find that in the description link as well, for an angel reading. Or if you're looking for some long-term guidance, there's the Divine Roadmap coachings, and where some people use them for increasing their own intuitive awareness. So, learning how to read tarot, or spiritual development, intuitive development, psychic development. Also, some people use it to work on certain things going on in their lives. It could be something dealing with a relationship, or some changes, career changes in their life. So however you are drawn towards this and you feel that it would be useful to you. So send you lots of love, people. Have a wonderful and blessed week. God bless you.